DJ and all-around female orgasm denier, Alan Cox.
This is the Alan Cox Show
on 100.7 WMMS.
216-578-1007 to join us live, or 800-348-1007. 35192 if you want to send a text. Cavaliers do it again in Charlotte. They did back-to-back games, night off in between, but 2 games in a row in Charlotte against the Hornets, and they beat them again last night. The final was 120-104, 114-108 on Sunday night. They come back home tonight to play the Sixers at 7:30 at the Romo Fijo. So 7 o'clock if you want to get the pregame in. Cavs Live will begin at 7 o'clock here on WMMS. Milwaukee Bucks, first team to clinch their playoff spot. They are 50-19. They are a very good basketball team. There's a bunch of teams in the East who haven't even won 40 games yet.
West, you mean.
West, sorry.
Yeah.
So they have a 3-game lead on Boston. You can thank Jimmy Haslam for that. Our owner of the Bucks.
Yep.
You're welcome, Milwaukee. So the Cavs cannot be far behind. I think still in the Cavs are in the number 4 or 5 spot right now.
In the 4 spot, I think they got a 3 or 4 game lead on the Knicks, and I think they just notched their 44th win last night.
There you go.
I
can't wait to start.
I
can't wait to start putting big money on the Cleveland Cavaliers
in the playoffs.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
It's gonna be cool.
I do it on FanDuel. No, I've been setting up my betting. I've been setting up my tickets for NCAA basketball.
Oh yeah, did you do your?
I've done
bracket?
Yes, I have. Well, no, I've just placed my bets on games I want, like Northwestern. I'm putting money on them. You know, they've gotten so much of my money over the past 30 years. Why not give them some more? And then I put some money on the Pittsburgh game. And anyway, Cavs basketball tonight, right here downtown at the Romo Fijo and on your radio at 100.7. You know, what I thought was in the future, I think what will mean a lot to future comedians who win the Bill Squire Award is after you've passed away. That will make it a much bigger deal.
Agreed.
You know, when you win
I'm doing my part. I did a lot to shorten my life last night.
Right,
I did
you got a good
quite
start
a bit.
on it. Yeah, you got a good jump on it. What was the drink of choice last night at the after party?
I was doing some Tito's and soda and then some shots of tequila.
There you go.
So, yeah, we were playing
That's
pro
a good
level.
way to get your head scrambled.
Yeah, we were playing pro level last night. It was a good time. But that didn't start until we were at East End.
Mm-hmm.
Once we were in Uber mode, that's when it was.
Well, here's a bit of it. It's Mary. You had some recorded, too.
Yeah.
Because the recording Mary sent me, I could hear her. I couldn't hear you. And in this one, you kind of can't hear her. But Mary's up there giving the award to Bill.
Yeah.
The Bill Squire Award goes to the individual, group, or business that does the most for Cleveland comedians and the Cleveland comedy scene in any given year. And I am so honored to present this inaugural award to none other than my mentor, best friend, and incredible comedian, Bill Squire.
Best friend.
Yeah. One of many.
I was going to say, she has so many best friends.
Yeah.
How many best friends do you have?
Me?
Both of you.
One. That's why it's called a best friend.
Yeah.
That's why I break Mary's balls.
Do you talk about him at all, or her?
Who?
Who is your best friend? Do we know him?
His name is Scott. No, you've never. He's one of my friends that lives in L.A.
I mean, Mary's one of my top friends.
Top. Yeah.
But like, if you're gonna get, because
top 5,
I don't know if I have like that one best friend. Like my oldest friend is Jim Twos.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be here tomorrow.
Mary and I have been friends for I don't, because that's the thing. She's got so many best friends that I'm like,
you don't know where you
are. I also
are
have multiple best friends.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy AJ DeCosimo's up there. Pants is up there. I got some, very, very good friends.
Now, when you say Twos is your oldest friend, what does that mean?
I mean, that's like my friend that I have stayed in contact with the longest, where it's like actual staying in touch.
Okay.
Like I have friends that I've known longer, but I don't necessarily make, like I have, friends from when I was a missionary. I have friends.
Right.
But like I consider Two's my oldest active friend.
Gotcha.
Where we talk almost, on a weekly basis at least.
I guess mine's more of a semantic thing. I make a distinction between acquaintances and friends.
Yeah.
I have 1 billion acquaintances, professional, personal, otherwise. I don't have many friends. I never did, quite frankly. I never, I was a little bit envious of people who have like a really tight group of friends. And I did have, at one point in my life, I could count my best friends, I guess, or really, really close friends on one hand. And then one by one, they all kind of went away. So I'm down by default. My friend Scott is and again, I've known him since, 8th grade. But I just didn't, by virtue of, I started in stand-up, which can be a very solitary life, especially if you don't know a lot of people, and I didn't. I started doing it when I was 19, and I just didn't know that many people, and the people who were around weren't really my vibe. And then I got into radio, and you're moving all the time. If you're lucky, you're moving, and so whatever friends you make, you're going to be around them for a few years, and then you go somewhere else. It's like high school. Everybody says they'll keep in touch when they hit college. Usually doesn't happen. So just me moving around, and it's still kind of it's a very nomadic existence. I just never had a bunch of friends. So people that have like a really tight-knit, like Gwen has had friends since she was like in kindergarten.
Yeah, my girlfriend's.
And she's still, once a year, we rent a place with these people and we go up and get drunk and have fun. And, so they've become friends of mine because of her and because we've been together for so long. But it's like she's had friends, good friends, she constantly is in touch with from kindergarten.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
I don't have anything like that.
Best friend is her best friend since she was a child.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It just blows my mind because I don't even, like, my best friend from when I was a kid, last time I heard was living in his truck, and it really bummed me out.
Well, my best friend from when I was a kid died a long time ago. So after that, I was kind of like, oh, like he probably would have been, had he not died at 25, he probably would have been to this day, like my longest best friend.
I have one best friend from high school, and he wasn't even like from my high school. We went to the JVS together. And I still keep in contact with him. It's to the point where we can call each other, and I don't even like pick up I don't even say hello. He's just like, "Daddy!" Like he will just pick up the phone just like that, and that's how we talk. He's like, I need some love right now. You don't know what's going on inside my head right now. I just need to vent." And then so he'll vent, and then I'll vent. And
what is this voice he's doing?
Too much pound cake.
Does
What is
this
that
kid
voice?
have a worse voice than you?
No, but he'll put it on because I don't know why.
Oh,
He
God.
does that when
So
he
you're
talks.
both talking to each other? Because people mirror each other to some degree.
He does. We
Oh,
do.
oh,
We mirror each other.
Oh,
There-
God. You got to record some of that and give it to me.
A lot of the time it's over like Facebook Messenger, so because he doesn't have an iPhone, so that's our version of FaceTime. So maybe next time I will, and then
Wait, so this isn't his voice. You're giving him a voice. It's on Facebook Messenger?
no, I'm saying we.
Oh,
FaceTime.
video. Yeah, I see. I got you.
He doesn't have an iPhone, so we FaceTime over Facebook Messenger.
Gotcha.
So he'll just be like, "Daddy, like I need your advice."
Your daddy?
Daddy.
Yes.
He's going to you for advice? Oh, boy.
Well, listen.
Yeah, sometimes-
There are probably people who can get advice from Poundcake. He's been around the block a bit. He used to be, I don't know if Poundcake's ever mentioned this, he used to throw hands on Prospect Avenue, Bill.
I've lived,
Mm-hmm.
and there have been some things that like this dude was the first guy to take me. He's straight, by the way, and his name is also Cody. But he was the first guy to ever take me to a gay club. We were still in high school, and we went to. That was when we used to go to Bounce. We would go to Bounce all the time, and he was just always himself. He was straight, and he still befriended me, and I came out to him. And so we have been cool ever since. So I always dug that. So, I mean, from high school on, we're, 15 plus years in the game.
Alan, I'm in a group of 6 ladies who met in 1978. We just went on a 50th birthday celebration.
I love that.
My mom is one of those people who still goes to her high school reunions.
Oh, that's depressing.
And she's like, there's fewer people there every year. I go, yeah, Mom, you're 75. Like, Because my mom's one of those people who was like, I had a great time in high school. I'm like, yeah, because you were super popular. You know?
Grandma's got a friend like that they've known each other since they were in elementary school. And when she calls, it's like she's transported back to being like a teenager.
Yeah.
The way they
that's cool.
They talk to each other.
They know
and,
all their stories. They get all their
gossip
references.
and stuff like that. It's a very funny.
Yeah.
It's very adorable.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have friends that I know still from school, but I wouldn't say, we've basically become acquaintances at this point where there's no bad blood. We just live different lives and don't see each other that much.
Right.
My roommate that I'm living with now, it popped up in our Facebook memories because our spring break just passed. And it was 10 years ago that we went on that spring break. And I looked back at our old pictures. He looks a lot younger. He looks like a baby. I kind of look the same. Like hairline was better. But other than that, I looked pretty much the same. I was just tan.
Well, you look the same now, but if this was from this time last year, you wouldn't look the same. How do you look so good right now?
Oh, because I work out at Orange Theory Fitness.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I sound like the April Fool's lady.
That's how the April Fool's jokes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Be careful on the April Fool's jokes.
I'm getting the smokers laugh.
Speaking of April Fools.
ooh,
How you like that? That's chonky,
Ooh,
right?
that is crackling.
I know.
you lit a fuse.
But I'm not really coughing. I mean, I'm still sucking on the cough drops, but like I feel fine.
Yeah.
And I'm not really coughing, but I still have like that chonky thing going on.
Just that gurgle almost.
I'm just telling people I hit puberty. Speaking of old women, and this lady's not even that old. You see the video of the lady gets scared by the Amazon driver? And,
No.
oh, it's so funny. It's nothing really to it, but it kind of cracked me up. It's off a Ring camera. This woman is leaving I assume her daughter's house or something, and it's at night, and she walks out, and she turns around to shut the screen door, and as she turns back around, she's kind of looking down at the step or whatever, and an Amazon driver walks up and with a package, and the woman looks up and flips. I'll show it to you if you're watching the live stream. But the caption says, elderly woman gets scared of delivery. I'm like, this woman's maybe 64 years old. Elderly woman.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even ready. She got like short gray hair or whatever. So if you're watching here, I'll show it to you.
That sounds good to me.
Oh my God.
And this poor Amazon driver is like, it's a young lady who's an Amazon. She got the blue vest on. And then the daughter comes out. She's like, oh, mom. But elderly woman, holy counter. I was thinking elderly woman behind the counter in a small town. Pearl Jam. Elderly woman. Don't ever do that to me again. Lady, what do you mean do that to you again? I'm just coming to deliver a package.
That sounds good to me.
What's funny is she's screaming while she's already understanding what's going on.
Yes, looking right at her.
But she just can't help but keep screaming.
Yep.
I love it. That's funny.
That's pretty good. I wonder if, when I was a kid, because there was always that Catholic thing in there working, anytime I would be surprised by something, anytime I'd be, like if someone came into the room and I was surprised or visibly whatever, my mom would always go, guilty conscience. I'm like, yeah, that's a great thing to put into my head, Mom. Great thing to put into my head as a young kid. That I might be surprised by somebody coming in the room I didn't expect because I have a guilty conscience. Nobody's mom did that to them? What's it, guilty conscience? Why? Because you snuck up on me? No. What did you think you were going to find? I'm just here in the kitchen making a sandwich. I didn't hear you walk in. I don't have a guilty conscience.
No, my mom used to love scaring us.
Now, after the age of 11, when she asked me that, I said, yes, absolutely. I started whacking off last week.
Yeah.
And I have nothing but a guilty conscience because I've been taught I'm going to go to hell.
Do you remember your age?
Oh, yeah. 11 years old. And once you're in, too.
Yeah, I was scared.
Guys
the first
know
time I
this.
did it.
Women don't understand,
I
but
remember
guys know
trying
this.
to quit so many times. Like, I'm addicted to this. I can't do this. Feeling all that guilt and I'm going to have one last wank.
Yep.
And
One
then-
last wank.
Yeah.
The Bill Squire story.
Right. Well, I remember one time I stayed home from church.
How old are you when you say I'm giving it up?
Well, I was a late bloomer. I didn't start until I was 16 years old.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I was very late because there was
You were making up for lost time.
there was the puberty thing, but like that didn't really hit till later.
Right.
And then just the immense amount of guilt that kept me from doing it. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I was like, I gotta do this.
You're
And
also
I
not
had-
to blame for your hormones.
Yeah.
You have no control over it. When you're a kid.
I started printing off pictures, and I had like a nice collection of stuff that I printed off the internet, just running through
In color?
Yeah.
So much cyan.
so much
It's always cyan.
Yeah,
So
it's the-
much cyan in the color
And
printing.
I stayed home from church. Everybody else was there. I had like spread all the pictures out on my bed, had myself one last glorious wank,
Spread them out on the
Yeah.
bed.
and then I went and burned them in our fire pit. And and I was like, I'm done. And then later that night, after everybody went to bed, I'm printing them again.
More cyan.
Like, I got
Oh,
more cyan.
no. After everybody went to bed.
Mhm.
My very
Yep.
first time, I didn't know I was doing it right. I just knew it felt good, but like, I was too
I
young.
want to feel good.
Well, I didn't know because it scared me because I was like, "What is that?" You know, they don't tell you. They don't. It doesn't look like the stuff the first time. So I was like, "What is that?" And so I was scared that I broke it or like I had some type of disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, who do you run to? I'm not gonna run to my mom and tell her like, you know, it looks very clear. I don't know if this is right. Like, so I think I asked my brother, or I said something in passing. I was like, you know, I had a friend that, you know, did something and nothing came out.
I had a friend.
I had a friend that did something and it was just clear.
Mom, I have glue for art class tomorrow. You don't have to run to the store for me.
Yeah, I remember the first time I did it, I was just in our, like, we had 2 upstairs bathrooms. Like, my parents had a bathroom, then the kids all shared a bathroom. And I was in there, and there was, like, the only place I could really get privacy. I was just like, I just got to see if I can do this. And, like, it was like 1, 2, 3, and it was done.
1, 2, 3.
Like, it was so...
Hey, mission
it was-
accomplished.
It was pent up for years because, like, I had probably hit puberty when I was 14, but I had 2 years of backup.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, once I unleashed it, it just was like, bam. And I was like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was like uncorking a bottle of champagne on New Year's Eve.
And then round 2 was within the next few minutes.